Today's Parsha deals with Bilam's donkey. It's the most remarkable conversation, and it's something that is bantered about and talked about in many places. And in fact, the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says that one of the things that was created in the twilight zone, the twilight of Friday, was the mouth of Bilam's donkey. And the question is, why does this happen only once? And what is the purpose of the conversation? Wouldn't it have been just enough that the angel would appear? Why does the donkey have to appear? The angel appears later after the donkey's conversation. What's the purpose of the conversation of the donkey? And so my opinion on this is as follows. The donkey is a beast of burden, a beast that is sometimes used properly and oftentimes abused. People of power and cruelty often abuse the weaker elements of the world, the beasts of burden, not because they're allowed to, but because they can. And this is a parallel amongst peoples in the world. There are people who have been given great power. Their power is such that they can use others or abuse others. They can use others for a higher goal or abuse them in the false goals of pandering to their self-image, to their egos. And this is the difference between leaders and tyrants. Leaders lead and have to use beasts of burden in order to promote an agenda that's good. We are the beasts of burden. We are individuals that follow. We follow great leaders. We follow, hopefully, great teachers. But when a leader abuses the beasts of burden, the common folk and the individual, the leader is then doing so just for his own ego, for his own selfish purposes. And most individuals go through life suffering quietly, sometimes dying quietly, sometimes receiving violence, hatred, prejudice, cruelty, suffering silently. Oftentimes, those who suffer die quietly. No one takes notice. Bilam's donkey was such a creature. It's a beast of burden, a useful creature. Bilam abused this kindred spirit, this kind beast of burden that only wanted understanding and food and love, just as any creature does. Instead, Bilam used the creature for his own passion, for his own evil, for his desires, not his needs. The creature was abused and finally could take it no longer. And the creature speaks. The jackass, the donkey speaks. And it speaks for all of us. And it speaks a message that resonates throughout the centuries. Why are you abusing me? What have I done to deserve this? The answer is nothing. It is the desire of the tyrant to abuse you. And so, the voice of the jackass, the voice of the donkey, is recorded in the Torah for all times to teach us that the sigh and the sob of the individual is not unheard. It's heard and will come full force in bringing and visiting destruction upon the tyrant. The abusive Bilam goes on to what he thinks is glory and causes his downfall and his death. And part of it comes from the voice of the beast of burden, the voice of the jackass. Why? What have I done to deserve this? And that cry becomes the accusing angel of all the tyrants of the world.